mathematician term like разделить член на многочлен. That means divide one mathematical equation to a smaller or more simpler one, uh, like bringing up uh, something like simpler numbers. And like разделить means to separate член to многочлен, which means many chlens. That's like that's that's
You're
kind of a
like
joke.
sitting in a sea of clan.
That's like an anecdote about Vasya that has a task from a mathematician to divide the член into многочлен, and he's just sharpening the and crying.
Oh, poor feller. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, that's
Have you ever seen Mind Tile?
come again, please.
Have you ever heard the Rammstein song Mind Tile?
I have probably heard it, but I have never like listened to them hard.
So in German, Mind Tile means my part, but it means like my part as in like my penis. Because it's about this dude named Armin Mavis who convinced this other guy to consent to being cannibalized. And the whole song's basically about how Armin Mavis tried to bite off his penis and have sex with him and cannibalize him.
Sounds pretty fucked up.
It's really, really fucked up. In fact, it's so fucked up that before this incident actually happened, there weren't any anti-cannibalism laws in Germany.
That
What?
was a hell of a life.
Yeah.
Like, if someone was already dead, you could just eat them?
Well, there weren't. So it's kind of like this in the United States too, right? So you're not allowed to murder somebody and eat them. So like in the United States, there's no law against eating human parts, but you're not allowed to kill the person, eat them. So for example, if you go to a hospital and somebody just had their testicle removed or whatever, you could be like, "Oh, sir, would you mind giving me that testicle? And I would love to eat it." And they'd be like, of course, here, have my testicle." And then they're allowed to eat it as long as they get it from you legally. But if they steal it from you, or if they cut it off of you without your permission, that's against the law as it normally would be.
So that's...
But there's no direct laws against cannibalism, at least not like overall in the United States. Some states actually have laws for it.
Yeah, I'm looking at... Oh my god. Some states don't have laws about it.
Exactly.
You can't, like, find it necessarily. Like, no one will sell you human meat. But if, like, someone has human meat laying around... It's not
You're like, yeah, I just keep a bunch of ears in my. Yeah, I used to cut off ears for a living. Like if people got ear cancer or whatever, so I just kept them in my drawer or whatever. I didn't know what I was gonna do with them.
Are you enjoying Rust right now?
Yeah, I'm on Rust right now. Do you see the stream?
Oh, are you streaming?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I saw it's a great stream.
Yo. I'm just reading the text you have written in Russian, and there is a sentence "Я обучен войне горилл." It sounds not like a guerrilla war, like partisan war. It sounds like you're a fucking.
Wait, he cut out. I'm scared of what he's gonna say.
There is no such word, guerrilla in Russian, except for the one meaning a monkey, like a big monkey.
Oh, you don't have
So
like
you
the
better
word
not
gorilla
write
like that?
anything. No, we just have partisani. Partisani means someone that is not like fighting in the front. It's someone who is fighting from the like hidden areas in the like occupation.
Sort of, kind of like the Kurdish people fighting from the mountains or something.
And the Viet Cong fighting for the trees. They're in the...
Except for the fact that Russian partisani were much before all of these Viet Congy guys.
Your favorite traditional Russian song, if you had to pick one. Mine, Shmugyanka.
I think it's the Holy War, actually, for me, because it has a lot of power in it. And of course, like the Russian anthem, it has
I love that one.
all of probably Russian things in it. It has it all, and it's really the national song. But I love the Holy War. If we're talking about the Russian songs, yeah, that's it. Like, that's pretty much it.
Are you guys gonna be here tomorrow to watch E3?
Oh, is E3 starting already?
Yeah, it's starting at 4 o'clock. Microsoft is at 1 o'clock. And Bethesda is at 7 o'clock. Hopefully we can start.
I ain't even know what no Bethesda is. Hold on, I have to turn your volume up. I can't barely hear you.
Try and get the Fallout 76 money out of us.
They're actually saying that their new Skyrim, like the Elder Scrolls 6, will be the greatest game that will be lasting for 10 years.
For
And
one,
Yeah,
I saw that.
300.
some
That's
400.
things.
literally all I got, bro.
Don't
Are you kidding
disappoint
me?
me,
I want your
Todd.
tools then.
Jesus Christ.
Come fight me, dude. I only got a spear. I know
Yeah,
your
and
friends
I don't
are
have
after me,
anything.
so
My
have a good
friends,
one,
I don't
mate.
have
Thanks for being a good sport.
Actually,
nice
Skyrim
guys.
had a great influence, like really great influence on Russians. It has brought up a lot of people together.
No,
And
they
it's
murdered
pretty
me.
much a cult.
That motherfucker. Got me, guys. They got me. Didn't even finish putting my thingy down. Oh, there's something about starting off fresh in Rust that's just so fun. It's so hard, but it's so fun. I don't know. I think that's part of Rust.
I only
Oh,
find
this
it
is where I
fun
wanna be.
when I finally get my 80 cloth, and then I start finding it fun.
You need
So
80
nice.
cloth so you can get your bat. I don't even look for the 80 cloth though. I normally just look for 30 cloth, throw down a bag in an area, and then I just kind of like put stashes and stuff until I get my little. You know, you just got to make a foot or mark somewhere.
На найке пацаны, слушаем Харбас басы. Этот стал любимый, ждем все в ритме колбасы. 150
Sir, those were some serious Russian jams out of nowhere.
Paga, did you see what I put in Discord earlier?
What did you say?
Have you seen Resonance video about the Frontline game mode?
What about it?
He obviously it wasn't his idea; it was a commenter's idea because he's no fucking original ideas. But they said they should make a game mode more like push in Insurgency Sandstorm, which I think is a really good idea. But he explained it really badly. So you
How
should
would-
make a
how would it
better
work?
than his. It's like basically there's 5 points A, B, C, D, E, and you can only attack like the front-facing point. And every time you capture a point, you spawn from that point, and there's waves. So if you die, then you don't spawn again until like 50 seconds later with the next wave. So that makes it so it's like not just a bunch of people running out and getting killed. It also makes it so like one team is always defending, one team is always attacking.
I kind of like that too, though, just because one of my least favorite games about games where you just continually respawn is that it doesn't really seem like it's much of a challenge or it's very fun at all. Because it's just you trying to fight against an infinite wave of whatever the fuck. It doesn't actually seem like you can actually do anything. I knew that guy was
But
gonna kill me.
Resident just made such a bad video about it. I really hate this game. I'm sorry.
Yo, guys, talking
Oh,
about
that's right.
this, that system is actually in Verdun, the game about the First World War. The respawning system is actually in waves and it's working decently, but not perfectly. It's not always that great to have this waving system first, and then the second, I think, well, if I was a YouTuber, I would just not finish someone else's work. I think that's kind of unpleasant. Like
But he's
I'll
such
have
a garbage
my
YouTuber,
work
I hate him so
based
much.
on, you know, it doesn't mean
What a
how
nice guy.
garbage
He's
you
only
are.
gonna kill me if he absolutely can.
Uh, like really, uh, it's none of anyone other's business. And like you are the only, like you own the channel, you do the stuff, and I think I would not like finish someone else's work and making money and views out of this unfinished work. I would just put it, tell him that, and let him finish it. Like put a second video on it, but not fuck it. Like
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's a hard choice or whatever. I'll make like a second video on a topic if somebody did like a really bad job. But normally I don't make another video on a topic unless I see like really, good potential or if somebody missed something. Like part of the reason I made my second dueling guide or whatever was because Proxo was the only other person on YouTube with another dueling guide. And I felt like his dueling guide was basically the tutorial, so why don't I give a dueling guide that actually gives you some decent information that you didn't get from the tutorial?
yeah, but I think that when you finish someone's work or just point out the mistakes that one other makes, you're just stepping up the like this you're stepping up the game between the society of these YouTubers making videos. Соперничество, конкуренция. Вот когда конкуренты и конкуренция, you're just making it worse. Actually, you, well, I think you just make it less friendly.
Oh, like it's too competitive?
Yeah, just well, you.
See, I
you're
go in
stepping up
between
the
like the
competitive.
competitiveness. I don't try to like steal people's views or whatever by being competitive. I just like to be competitive in a way that, like for me, when somebody's not completely concise, I just feel. I don't know. It's kind of like how I am in real life. Like think about it like you're at an important business meeting or whatever, and like for some reason they're missing like the most basic, obvious point. I'm just the kind of that guy that's like, well, if no one's gonna point it out, somebody has to. You know what I mean? I don't know. For me, like minor details are extremely important. I don't know. That's why I make my videos in the first place. I try to cover all bases, but I don't really do things reactionary like all the time.
Yeah, well, I understand your point, but well, feel free to. It's well your decision. If you're just into details, go on. I'm totally with you on that. But if saying like generally, I would not support any movement to like really finishing something.
Yeah, just starting new content's generally a better idea anyway.
I would still like write a private message to the guy and tell him that you have mistakes, um, and I think you should improve and like let the guy make another video. We'll just make new series and
I keep dying over and over. Yeah, it's okay, Zixer. Sometimes it just happens in Rust. You just die repeatedly. But I don't know. And then you get like I am right now. You get next to a good rock.
yeah, a long time ago.
Oh, do
I don't remember what means to change the Rust. That's like when the UI.
No, they completely changed the game. So there's two versions of Rust. There's Rust Classic, and then there's this modern version of Rust. This modern version of Rust is completely different than the original.
Yeah, I think I've played the modern one. That was like 2 years since I've been playing it with my friends, and on this account I don't even know when I just started it the last time. I bought the game in 2014, and I've only played like 3 hours into it. On this
What?
account.
You come play with me.
Uh,
You can make this
Um,
solo adventure a
just-
duo adventure.
I'm sorry, I'm not just into gaming. It's too.
Oh yeah, and you gotta study for your biology stuff.
Well, as you see, no studying.
You're doing fantastic job studying, sir. Well done. Well done. Marijuana floating everywhere. It's the best part about Rust. There's just free weed everywhere in the game. Well, that's a good question I never really considered. What are the marijuana laws like in Russia? I go in.
So, marijuana is banned in Russia, and there are still a lot of drugs. Usually, like heroin, some, as we call it, salt and spices. So that kind of same type of drugs. And so spice is something that you smoke. You just, I don't know, you put some steam over it, and it all the steam just absorbs the drug, and then you inhale it and it will fly out the window. And the salts, I think you just smell them and they make you high. It's slowly growing onto the tobacco, and not the usual tobacco that you smoke. Some taxes are growing, but the tobacco that you chew up or you put under the lip. So that's kind of nasty. They make it some different grades of tobaccoing. I don't know, some pretty tough shit and some pretty light.
Mm-hmm.
Something with menthol or something with just mint, but it's pretty badly made, and it has some really bad chemical shit in it. There was one truly nasty trend several years ago called Maswai. That's a drug. Usually it's something like synthetic drug mixed up with some goo, or in the countryside it was usually mixed up with the chicken shit. Really, the chicken shit.
So there's a drug
And-
over there that's mixed with chicken.
Yeah, the chicken shit, and as well as some alkali salts for the effect, and I guess it was like the whitening stone, the carbon carbide, I don't know, something like this. So the alkali eats up your lower lip, and then when the blood exposes, the drug that is not concentrated because of the chicken shit goes into the blood.
Sounds horrible.
and that's how it works. It sounds really horrible, and it smells horrible, and it's really disgusting. Just on the part of the chicken shit. Uh, Sometimes it's mixed up with some gels. That's their total shit, and sometimes even worse, because all of this is not like made in like everyday production. It's just handmade by some drug addict. That's it.
Never heard of such a horrible idea for a drug in my life.
That's usually a drug for some younger children. There is another one that is pretty much only Russian. People call it the crocodile, and
Oh, I've heard of that
it's
shit. That
probably
shit's horrible.
so. That shit's horrible. Yeah. So it's greeny. It smells like hell, and it starts the necrose of the flesh when you strike it into your leg, for example.
Man, isn't
The
that
flesh
exactly what you
first-
want from a drug? Like, you want to be enjoying yourself on the drug, knowing that it's literally deteriorating your flesh. Man, that's perfect.
So I think that's kind of a the irony in your words.
Man, these Russian drugs are fantastic talk for Rust, considering how the game typically makes you feel.
You cannot actually count all the different types of drugs that are in Russia, because every time, like every year, a new one is being made up, and this time it's pretty simple one, a tobacco, but it's still like an alkali, and the tobacco concentrate some stuff I don't know is really going on in Russia. But God bless, the crocodile times have passed. Spice has just gone nearly completely. Slowly disappeared, and that's just like tobacco left. It's pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of using drugs, honestly. I drink occasionally, but that's
You
about it.
you just on the drinking, yes?
I don't even like to drink
Without
that much,
alcohol.
honestly. I like to drink occasionally, but not too much. I don't like to get drunk. It makes my belly hurt.
I just want to tell you my story. When probably 2 years ago, when I traveled to Taliati with my theater group for some festival of the theater art in Taliati, like the contest and the festival between the children and the youngsters, the teenager groups of theater performances. So we were traveling to Taliati, and then we were performing there on the festival. During that trip, the guys of my group, they were just really getting drunk, even in the train, because like the train to Taliati takes 3 days. They have
Yeah,
just
so why
been
not get drunk
skipping
on
the
the ride
days.
there? Keep yourself occupied.
It's actually illegal on the train to get drunk.
Oh man, that's
So
ruining the fun on
yeah,
the train.
that's pretty radical. And then on the festival, we've had only 1 week, and really on the last 2 weeks, when we have finished our performance, uh, on the first like pre-last night, they were seen drunk. They were just shouted at, and that's it. And on the last night, they were drunk as hell. You know, I was just going out with my girlfriend. There was wonderful weather. Um, the moon was shining, and at that time, they were really drowning in vomit from the alcohol, and we were just like 17 years old, and those guys, they were even younger, I guess. They were 16,
You guys are
so
having
that's
yourself a
kind
good
of,
old time.
yeah, the good old time. So really, as co- I was coming to my room, and I felt all this uh, incredible alcohol smell. Uh, I didn't know they were drinking that much, so I knew they have some liquor, some strawberry syrup, and they have champagne, just for the celebrating. And when I came up, it turns out they have bought like 2 bottles of vodka and 1 bottle of cognac, and they have just drunk it all between the 6 people, or probably 8. Like it sounds like all right, but there were like 8 bottles for 8 people. Everyone has drank
Everybody
somewhat
gets their own
around
bottle.
1 liter. Yeah, and
Eladon.
that's kind of strange actually. Like mixing cognac and vodka is pretty much um,
Horrible idea.
destroying. Yeah, horrible idea. They have mixed like some shit, like shit vodka with some what was it? It was like an apple juice, uh,
So
and
it's literally a bunch of people just throwing shit together randomly. They're like, "Oh, what will taste
yeah,
good?" And they're
yeah,
like, "Oh, we'll put this and this and this." They're like, "Ah, that's a great idea." They're like, "Maybe we shouldn't have drank before we came up with."
yeah. And so this was kind of the time we had, and well, I spent a great time then. And those guys, they were just feeling bad the next morning. Some of them even didn't wake up for the exiting, for the ending of the festival, for the last ceremony. So they just slept and vomited through it. So actually, alcohol sometimes is a problem in Russia, even though it's like positioned as the normal problem in Russia. Sometimes it's really bad, even in the young, like teenage spheres.
3 gallons later, you're like, "Are you feeling okay?" Yeah, I'll be okay.
Have you heard anything about the cocktail Yorsh?
No, what's that?
So like, if you can say that in Russian, Yorsh, it's like your R and Sha on the end. So this means like uh, vodka and beer mixed 50-50. And Yorsh is first is a fish like that really swims on the bottom of the lake or of the river. And Yorsh is also a tool used to clean up the bottles that really like takes all the shit from the bottle. It's like the Yorsh. And this is kind of like really mind-breaking cocktail in Russian bars.
Like, give me my fucking Yorsh. Kick the shit out of you. It doesn't sound the most appealing thing to me, but I can dig it. Certainly drank worse things. Jaeger bombs were a little bit better, I'd say. Have you ever had a Jaeger bomb?
I have never had any like cocktails. Actually, I've drank like the pure vodka, and that's probably the hardest. Uh, it's kind of a strict Russian tradition to eat something small after drinking a shot, but I usually don't eat anything after a shot, and nobody takes me as a person.
Repeat, repeat.
Пить или пить? Нет, закусывать. It means So how's the life?
The rust is going very shittily. I'm trying to find a decent place to make my home, and every time I found a decent place, somebody killed me. Which is usually how this game actually goes, but I've been surviving for a while. Doing okay, but it's okay.
And how's the life outside the rust? Like your usual.
Pretty good. Soon I'm about to start making my dinner. About to give up on rust here soon. My goal is to get a small shack. But I can't find any spot that looks good, and the fucking daytime's taking forever to come because this is fucking rust.
What are you planning to?
I'm just gonna make a small little base, then start collecting blueprints again on it.
What are you planning to cook for?
Oh, for dinner, I got ribs and chicken.
What's for the porridge or the?
Or say that again?
What's for garnir? Garnir is something coming with the meat. For
Oh, hell.
example,
We only eat
making,
meat
like,
around here.
котлета и гарнир. Garnir is something like rice
garnish.
or
Yeah, like a garnier.
macaronis. Garnish, yeah, garnish. Maybe.
We call them side dishes here in the United States.
Yeah, side dishes. All right, yeah, that sounds.
We
pretty
might do corn. Do you guys ever do corn on the cob?
good. The popcorn that's like popping on the.
Corn on the cob's my favorite vegetable to eat.
What's the cool? Like I
Uh,
know this is like.
It's a maize. You know what maize
kukuruza.
is? I don't
Yeah.
actually know how to say corn in Russian.
It's kukuruza probably. Kukuruza. Well, anyway, try making rice, and to make a true Russian side dish, try making rice and like spilling the ketchup over it, and then mixing it with the ketchup, and so you have like the ketchupy rice. That is kind of Russian side dish for every day.
That doesn't sound bad.
That's actually taste.
My favorite thing, or at least the typical Russian that I make, is shish kebabs with mushrooms and onion. That's my favorite.
Shish
Delicious
kebabs are not
shishlik.
pretty much Russian. Shashlik, yes, but shish kebabs are something like when we like meat the meat. I don't know, just separate it into very small pieces, and we make it mixed with some onions and probably flour. Make it into pieces of like fillet meat. Well, it's not actually like the pieces of meat. It's like reworked meat, so it can be fit into meatballs. And shish kebab is like meatballs on the stick, usually, and it's just kebab in Russia.
Delicious kebabs. Oh, you make me hungry.
Have you heard about plov?
Plov, what's that?
So there is a big bowl of rice with some of probably
Bitch, get over here.
yeah ribs in it,
Faggot.
some meat, maybe chicken meat in it, and then you have a lot of probably carrots, onions, and other vegetables in it. And
You're a
once with that,
fucking
some
glorious human being.
spices.
Even if you kill me, I won't be sad. That's funny. Sorry, something glorious happened. Okay, I'm gonna go make my dinner. If you're on when I get back, we can talk a little bit more. But I will catch y'all in
Wait a
like.
second. Wait a second.
Oh, yep.
That's the pilaf. Sounds strange. That's actually very tasty. It's like in our family the best food. And I'll probably go sleep. So just good evening to you guys. And
It was nice talking to you again, Ilya. And this plov does look delicious. That kind of looks like nachos a little bit.
oh, but it's rice actually. It's
Yeah.
actually just so alright.
See you, buddy. Well, stream. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go make dinner. I'll be back, and perhaps we'll do some more now when we get back, or maybe a little bit more Rust. But Rust isn't going too good. Probably. See y'all later.